Stefan Gold was the youngest unit commander in Mossad. David Peretz had his 29th birthday while on the mission. Rachel Singer was only 25 when she crossed through the checkpoint into Soviet-controlled East Berlin.
So, first time in the field.
Good, that's good.
So you and Jessica Chastain, you both play Rachel in this film. Did you work together beforehand on any mannerisms or anything specific like that?
We did. We didn't have a lot of time because I was shooting another film and I could only come at the last minute, but we managed to find time to sit down together. We spent an afternoon together. Jessica, before that, had done a lot of work watching tape of me, finding little mannerisms that even I didn't know I had. You know, she said, you know you do this, you know, with your mouth. I said, do I? She said, yes, you do. So,
Nice.
She'd already done a lot of work. And then we worked together just, you know, in an afternoon, just to working through the script to find little moments when we could find, you know, little mannerisms that we could sort of tie the character together.
You and Helen Mirren, you both play Rachel. Did you guys work together on any mannerisms or anything before the filming started?
We talked about certain mannerisms that Rachel would have. In addition to that, I wanted to just soak up Helen Mirren because she's magnificent. Right. So her book was just released, and so I bought her book and read her book. I watched all these YouTube videos, these interviews that she did to just kind of like take in as much as I could.
I know you've done plenty of other action movies. There's some hand-to-hand combat here. Was there training involved with that, or is that
just Chastain is the one that does the kicking? Yeah, it's called Krav Maga. It's what the Israeli army use, what the Israeli police force use, and the Mossad used it. And it's a very attacking form of defense. If some guy's coming at you with a knife, you're probably going to get cut in the process, but that doesn't matter. At least you'll be able to get inside and take your opponent down.
So with The Tree of Life and The Help, I didn't see any action scenes, not like The Debt. How was it filming those?
It was really fun making the action scenes. I used to be a dancer, I used to be a ballerina, and I think that helped me. You know, I never thought when I was at Juilliard studying Shakespeare that I would be hand-to-hand combat with someone and like shooting guns and running and jumping into moving vans. But I loved it. And Sam Worthington, because he'd just come from Avatar and The Terminator, he's a great friend, dear friend of mine. We met on the set. And he kind of like took me under his wing and he became my action coach. And he actually nicknamed me Tommy Cruise because he says that I have a run that rivals Tom Cruise, which is...
He's actually a really great movie runner.
Tom Cruise
him and Matt Damon.
He's the best, though. No one runs better than Tom Cruise.
Watch Born Identity again, trust me.
But Tommy Cruise.
No, that's good. Do you feel like you can kick a little butt now?
Yes, I could beat you up right now.
I'm 6'6", you couldn't.
I could. You better be careful with your next question.
Oh, God. Oh, that's true, when I look at it. I feel like you've come out of nowhere. So, do you feel like you're an overnight success?
I don't feel like I'm an overnight success because I've worked so hard and I've been making movies for so long, and I went to Juilliard, and like I don't know anyone in the business, so I had no easy way in. I just kept working and working and working. But of course it looks like that because I have 7 films all at once. It's like, hello, welcome to Jessica Chastain.
So this is my favorite performance I've seen of yours. When you're working on a film, do you have any idea whether you feel like it's going to be your best work, average work, anything like that during the process?
I think you'd have to be egotistical to think like that. I enjoy making movies. The end product doesn't really bother me. You know, it bothers me that an audience gets their money's worth, don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking at it going, yeah, that's a fantastic performance. I think
Do you go back and watch?
Yeah, I've watched them, yeah, and I go, yeah, that's cool, that's a good story.
So this film really is about facing the past, and there's some real guilt Rachel has to deal with. Was that ever difficult to leave at the end of each day of filming?
I can let go of stuff at the end of the day, but during the day, and as you're doing the role, yes, it was quite intense, but it was intense and internal. You know, some roles are intense, but they're all external. You know, you're blasting it out, and the energy required for that is quite extreme, and the intensity. But when you've got to hold it all in, and you just have to feel like a kind of volcano, you know, that's it is kind of exhausting.
So what's it like to be in a Helen Mirren movie And never have a moment with Helen Mirren.
Well, I had a moment with the young Helen Mirren, with Jess Chastain. I think. Look, I think when you got the caliber of Helen and Tom Wilkinson and Kieran Hines, it raised the stakes for us as the younger version to actually kind of give our A game.
You've probably been wondering about this during the interview, so I had to ask Sam.
What's with the beard?
About to do a 1970s surf film in Australia, so I'm growing it out and yeah, about to go and shoot that.
How long have you been able to do that? Is this like 14?
Right out, this is about 2 days.
This is about 2 weeks. Right here. This is 2 weeks.
If you watched my interview with Anne Hathaway, you know what question she had for Helen Mirren. Now I had to ask it.
I just interviewed Anne Hathaway last week, and she actually had a question for you.
Oh, yeah?
I'm not kidding when I say this, and I'm very curious what your response would be. She wants to know, will you make out with her?
No.
Very nice. And
I love her. She's gorgeous, but not ultimately my my thing, my bag.
Once again, it's time for quick questions.
what'd you have for breakfast this morning?
Nothing.
A bagel with avocado, tomato, salt and pepper.
I haven't had any breakfast actually. A bowl of fruit and a cup of tea. Of course, a cup of tea.
Favorite place in the world?
Hawaii.
Paris.
Well, I would say London is my hometown. Waterloo Bridge, Sunset, London.
Most important possession you own?
My dog, Bacon.
What kind of dog?
He's a King Charles Spaniel crossed with a Bichon.
And you always love bacon, so how can you go wrong?
Yeah,
with
that's
that?
right.
My iPad. I love
Wow,
it.
they're gonna love you there. Maybe you get another one.
I'm not really into possessions. I would say my husband, probably.
I'll be back Friday with my review of The Debt and more. Back to you guys in the studio.